There was a lot of action at Carver Hawkeye Arena this weekend. For that and the latest in men's basketball, let's send it over to Rachel Bedell and Alyssa Bergamini, who are standing by in the Daily Iowan TV sports studio. Guys?
Hi guys, Alyssa Bergamini alongside Rachel Bedell, and welcome to another night in the Daily Iowan TV sports studio.
It was another packed weekend in the sports world, so let's get right to it. We start off tonight with the Seattle Seahawks' impressive 43-8 Super Bowl win over the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson led the Seahawks to victory with 202 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. While Peyton Manning and the Broncos turned the ball over 4 times, Seattle linebacker Malcolm Smith won the Super Bowl MVP award after returning an interception for a touchdown, recovered a fumble, and picked up 10 tackles. If you're bummed out on football season being over, don't worry, Hawkeye football starts in just 207 days.
Elsewhere in Iowa City, the women's volleyball team hired their new head coach. Bon Szymanski was introduced as the new women's volleyball coach on Monday afternoon. The UI alum replaces Sharon Dingman after a second-to-last finish in the Big Ten this year. The new head Hawk is optimistic about building a winning program on and off the court.
The new athletic department building here connected to the arena is symbolic, I think, of the level of excellence that this department expects, that this university expects, and that the Hawkeye Nation expects. And that's what I want to. We want to build a champion. We have a very specific goal, and the team will understand that, and that is to win, to graduate, and to do it right. But we want to do it at the highest level. And the Big Ten affords us that opportunity like no other conference in the country.
We'll stay in Carver Hawkeye Arena, where Super Tuesday looms as Fran McCaffrey and the men's basketball look to take the season sweep against Ohio State in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Head coach Thad Matta spoke at Big Ten Media Day before the season started about how his defensive-minded team will handle the offense.
You know, the dynamics of our offense will be very unselfish play, ball movement, a lot of body movement. We've got length, we've got size, we got different guys that can post. I think that both Amir Williams and Trey McDonald have been a lot more productive down low, which obviously adds strength to our offense. I like the way we're shooting the ball. Just in terms of percentage-wise of where we've been in the past, going back, analyzing numbers. Now, obviously, you got to do it when the lights are on. But, Bob, I think guys have appeared to this point to have a different demeanor, different approach in terms of how important shooting is to me and the welfare of this team.
Tune in Wednesday for full highlights and analysis of that one.
And that should be a good game, Rachel. And from the court to the mat, Iowa Wrestling had an impressive performance Friday night against Northwestern, winning the duel 31-6. Cody Goodwin is in our mat side film room, ready to break down what stood out to him in Evanston. Cody?
Thanks, guys. Cody Goodwin here for Daily Iowan TV's Mat Side. Here in the film room, we're going to look at a couple of things from a couple of matches in Iowa's big win over Northwestern last Friday. First, we're going to start off with Tony Ramos, who scored plenty of points in his big win over Northwestern's Dominic Malone at 133 pounds. One of those in particular was actually off of a counter from his opponent. Let's look at the film. Early in the match, Tony able to get in on a sweep single, brings it up, and what Malone is going to try to do here is scramble his way out of it. By that, he's going to try and flip and come out underneath. Tony's going to counter that scramble. You see it here by jumping up and landing on Malone to kill that scramble altogether. An easy 2 points for Tony. Now, Tony went on to pin Malone later on in the second period of the match. Another highly contested bout was heavyweight. That is formerly ranked #1 Bobby Telford against another top 5 guy in Northwestern's Mike McMullen. The first time they've met in almost 2 years, and McMullen was able to pull it out in overtime. Let's take a look at that takedown. Here, McMullen in on a shot is able to get underneath Telford. This is not a good position for Telford. You see his arm wrapped around his waist. He's going to try and throw McMullen to scramble out of it, but what actually happens as it proceeds here, Bobby is thrown to his back. McMullen, with the athleticism and awareness, you'll see it here, is able to wrap around and get two just like that, and in sudden victory, that's the match, folks. McMullen able to get the win this time, but Bobby will get another chance not too far from now at the Big Ten Championships, and it's shaping up to be a good tournament.
Thanks for that, Cody. For the complete Mapside webisode recapping everything in Iowa wrestling, head to dailyiowan.com.
That's all for tonight's show. Tune in tomorrow for everything you need in black and gold.
Marissa, Mary, back to you guys at the desk.